शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्मसंसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे ओम नमो वेंकटेशाय pranams to everybody. Yesterday we saw up to Mahan, so let's move on to the next nama Adritah. Kenapi dhruto na bhavati iti adritah. That means he is the supporter of everything, so we saw the guna brit, the bhuta brit, so many things. He is supporter of the entire universe, but there is adritah means he is not supported by any man. That means nobody is beyond him, and he is his own himself. He is the ultimate causeless cause, and therefore there is nobody who is supporting him, and therefore he is called as Adritah. Other meaning is one is not under the control of anybody, and therefore he is called as Adritah. Swadritah. So that means how is he being supported? He is supported by himself, Svena. So that means Svedrita. Svenaiva Drita Adrita Swadrita. That means who is being supported by himself. There is nobody other than him to support himself, and therefore he is called as Swadritaha. So that's what it is. Swasyaha. Swa Asya Shu Shobana Veda Asya iti Swasyaha. That means one who has got the auspicious the Vedas in his as his breath always, and therefore Swasyaha, and therefore he is called as Swasyaha. That means Vedas are his Swasam. So that means his breath, and therefore he is called as Swasya. Shu Shobanam Padmodarata Lava Tambramabi Rupata. Rupatam Asya Asyam iti Swasya. That means one who has got this face, Mukham, so beautiful like this lotus flower, and therefore is called as Swasyaha. Other meanings Asya Asanam Sa Shobana Asyati Swasya. That means one who's got a beautiful Asanam means place of sitting, the place to sit, like this Simhasanam. So Bhagavan says Simhasanam in Vaikunta is so beautiful, and therefore is called as Swasyaha. Pragvamshaha Anadikala Arambha Vamsha Ivadaraha. Prag means earliest Vamsha. That means his clan started much earlier, because he has been there in all periods of time. There was no time when he was not there, and therefore he is the earliest starting point of this entire Vamsha, and therefore he is called as Parag Vamshaha. Anyasya Vamshoni Vamshaha Paschatya Asya Vamshaha Prapanchaha Prageva sa Pasascha iti Prag Vamshaha. That means all this entire thing, the universe, the Prapancha, and everything became only subsequent to him, or because of him, and therefore he is one person who is earlier to all of this, and therefore he is called as Prag Vamshaha. Vamsha Vardhanaha Vamsam Prapancham Vardayan Chedayan Va Vamsha. That means one is able to grow this entire universe through this Prapancha, and therefore is called as Vamshavardhana. Other meaning is Parikshit Samrakshane Pandukulam Vardayati iti Vamshavardhana. That means, as I told you earlier, when this Parikshit was in the womb of his mother Uttara, so at that time Ashwatthama hurled that Brahmastra against this. That was the only progeny that was served, because all other children of Pandavas were completely killed by Ashwatthama earlier. The 5 sons of the Draupadi were killed. Then this Abhimanyu was also killed. So all these people were killed, and finally the only thing that was remaining was this Parikshit, who was in the womb of his mother. So this Ashwatthama hurled that Brahmastra against that child. At that time Bhagavan entered the womb of Uttara and then protected that child and helped that Pandava Vamsha to grow, and therefore he is called as Vamshavardhana. Other meaning is Vamsham Ananto Roktam Sva Saptana Bhutam Nitya Varga Siddhi Gargam Vardhayati iti Vamshavardhana. It means one who is able to expand this Nitya Suri Vamsam. That means all these people are there to protect to do Kaikarya to him. That Vamsam is always developing, and therefore he is called as Vamshavardhana. Let's move on to the next sloka. Bhara Pritkatito Yogi Shasarva Kamadaha Ashramasramanachamaha Chama Superno Vayuvahanaha Bharaprit Katitaha Yogishaha Sarvakamadaha Ashramaha Shramanaha Kshamaha Suparnaha Vayuvahanaha Katitaha Vedadibi Rayam Yekayeva Paratvena Katita iti Katitaha. That means one who is being Katita means being told, being said. The Vedas are talking about Bhagavan as the ultimate God, Paratatvam, and therefore he is called as Katitaha. Katitaha Sadagamehi Pratipaditaha. Means one is being established as the ultimate God by all these various agamas and the various Vedas, and therefore is called as Katitaha. Uktamakshama Gunavattaya Sarvasastreshu Katitaha. That means one who is being talked about as the person who has got all this Kalyana Gunas completely in him by all these various Sastras, and therefore is called as Katitaha. Yogi, Yogaha Jnanam Teneva Gamyatvat Yogi. That means one is the one who can be reached only through this Tattva Jnanam, this knowledge, and therefore is called as Yogi. That's one meaning of Yogi. Yogi cha Upayavan. That one is the person who has got these various means of reaching him, and therefore is called as Yogi. Other meaning is Yogina. The root word is Yuj. Yuj means to unite. So Bhagavan is always trying to ask the people to get united to him, and therefore he is called as Yogi. Other meaning is, of course, he incarnated as this Naranarayana or Kapila Vasudeva, and he is also is always engaged in yoga, is practicing meditation till the end of this yuga, therefore he is called as yogi. Yogishaha, yoginam va ramayaschava sam shukam yasmaditi yogisha. That means one who is able to, that is some also refers to this anandam. One is able to give anandam to all these various yogis, and therefore he is called as yogishaha. Other meaning is one is the Lord, Isha, yoginam ishaha yogis. That means one is the Lord of all these various yogas. That means the various types of yogas, no? The karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, all those various types of yogas, the people who follow them, they are called as yogis, and Bhagavan is the Lord of all these things because he is the source from which these various yogas came, and therefore he is called as Yogishaha. Sarva kamadaha, sarvan kaman dadaditi sarva kamadaha. One is able to fulfill all the desires of his devotees, and therefore, of course, Bhagavan, as Bhagavan says, dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi. That means all these desires which are unopposed to dharma, dharmic desires are completely fulfilled by Bhagavan, and therefore he is called as Sarva kamadaha. Other meaning is Sarvo Rudraha Kamadaha Kamakandako Yasmaditiva Sarva Kamadaha. That means Sarva refers to Parameshwara, and Bhagavan is the tamasic form of Bhagavan is Sarvaha. We also saw earlier, no? It's Stanuho, Shivaha, all those things refers to Bhagavan. Kama also refers to the Kamadeva, that means the Manmata. Da means Dahana, that means the Parameshwara burnt up Kamadeva and he was trying to, disturb him in his meditation, and therefore he opened his third eye, the Jnana Chakshu, and then killed him. The symbolism of that is through Jnana one can destroy all the desires. So that means when you have that knowledge that I am I am the Jivatma, and then all these things are all these Laukika things, I am not this body, I am not this mind, all your desires automatically get completely annihilated. So that is the Jnana. So through the knowledge one can destroy this Kama's desires. That is the symbolism of the Parameshwara burning this Kamadeva, and Bhagavan was able to support Parameshwara in that, and therefore is called as Sarva Kamadaha. Ashramaha na vidyate shramo yesham te ashrama muktas tesham ayam swami iti ashramaha. That means one who doesn't have shrama means any this tiredness or any problems, and therefore that person is called as ashrama, and then they are all liberated people, and Bhagavan is the Lord of all of them, and therefore is called as ashramaha. That's one meaning of ashrama. Ashramat sarvesham samsara aranye brahmatam vishrama sthanatvat ashram. That means all these people are we are all wandering like wanderers in a forest, getting tired, and Bhagavan is the solace for all of us, and he provides that the kind of resting place, shelter for all of us, and therefore he is called as ashramaha. Shramanaha avivikena sarvan samtapayati shramana. That means one who doesn't have this viveka or all this dharma, Bhagavan is able to provide them the kind of the punishments or the kind of the sorrows for them to realize, and therefore he is called as Shramanaha. Krichra Drandrayanadi Shramana Nam Sukam Yasmaditiva Shramana. That means Shrama means all these people who are doing this various tapas and this penance and then this vratam, upavasam, and all those things, they are taking Shrama. That means they are taking special efforts to make them control their desires, Shramaha, and for them he is giving them na means happiness, and therefore he is called as Shramanaha. I think we will stop with this. We will move on to the next nama tomorrow. Om Namo Venkateshaya.